Hello, friends, live from Derby Hill Bird Observatory, wildlife sanctuary. I always call it a wildlife sanctuary. Um, it's a huge area on Lake Ontario on the southern shore in Mexico, New York. It is very, very windy here because last night we got a gale. Um, it's still moving out of the area. The lake, I guess, had 7 foot waves last night. We had wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. There's lots of trees down on our road and everything, and slowly picking up from that. But I want to show you a couple things while I'm here. So, where I'm at the sanctuary, there's a couple different spots. There's up on the hill, way over there, down the road, and along the shore. You go up into the hill of the dunes, and there's a beautiful meadow and trails up there. But this is my favorite spot. This is Sage Creek Marsh. Now, Derby Hill is owned by the Onondaga Audubon Society, of course, a chapter of the National Audubon Society, as you can see on their wonderful sign, which inspires me to maybe contact somebody and maybe steal the design a little bit so that I have a sign on my farm. But that's digressing. So, what I love about this one spot is that you can come any time of year. Now, in February, January, there's going to be snow. You won't be able to really see anything. But it's really, really stunning to come here, especially during migration and on a sunny day. It's sunny today. It's about 44 degrees. Absolutely beautiful skies. I wish I had my paints with me. However, so how did I get here? Now, I got here because I had to run to the post office, and I decided on a whim that why not do a live from somewhere I go to all the time? So there we are. So I'm going to put this phone. I do not have my tripod with me. I never seem to have that with me. Um, so I'm going to put you on the back of the sign, and hopefully I don't either get blown away from the wind and that you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. So anyway, I went to the post office this morning to run down an order that came in last night because I like to get you your wool pots as fast as I can. So I made some coffee. I got the order all ready. So somebody in Texas is getting a bundle of 5 wonderful wool pots for their gardening. And I was in the post office and I thought, oh, I better get home because I need to get a lot of work done. I have to, let's see, what do I have to do? I have to move 4 cords of wood. I'm supposed to be tidying up the barn for gnome and wreath making. I'm supposed to be doing the dishes and some laundry. I'm also supposed to be setting up some pumpkins by my door. That's kind of fun, right? But I was in the post office and I'm sitting there thinking about all these things. I got to get home. I got to get back to the farm because I got all this stuff to do. So I'm, on the go. I'm getting stuff done before winter. And then this little angel over here on this shoulder said, oh, let's go have some fun. Nobody will know. Nobody will know that I've gone AWOL. I did let my family know. I'm going AWOL for a little while. I'll be home sometime this morning or afternoon. So they know that I'm within 10 miles of home. I'm perfectly fine. And I decided that I haven't done a live on Saturday in a long time because Saturdays have just been so busy and I haven't been able to do our live one-on-ones, right? So I decided, well, let me take my friends to one of my favorite little secret spots. So I'm going to turn the camera around and flip the screen and show you bird, where am I? I'm going to show you the Sage Creek Marsh area here at Derby Hill Bird Sanctuary. This is a beautiful spot, and It's cold. It's about 44 degrees. The wind is whipping off the lake because, like as I said before, we just had a gale come through last night. We had 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We had at the farm, we got some maple limbs down, which I'm supposed to, I suppose, be taking care of. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll do that later. Um, and so it's very windy here. I doubt we'll see any birds, but I just wanted to share with you this beautiful spot. It's a great thing to go to different spots around you, like nature centers, or if you have a friend who has some property, you can walk around and look for native plants in their, in nature's setting, growing out in the wild, because you'll get really great ideas about what those plants are looking for and how to mimic those things in your garden. So let's not look at my mug anymore. Let's flip this around, and I'm going to show you Sage Creek Marsh on a windy day. This is not Sage Creek Marsh. It's the back of the sign. So here we go. Now look, when we get out of the car, we can look at the ground and see that Sage Creek Marsh has lots and lots of beautiful, mature sugar maples and oaks. So we know what to start looking for. Isn't this beautiful? Look at all the wildlife probably living in there. It's wild. So this is Sage Creek Marsh. Over there, where those trees are, right there is Lake Ontario. Now, I can't drive and hold the camera, so I can't show you. But it's probably, the waves are probably still 3 to 4 feet, and it's very, very windy. So we're going to go over here and see who we can find. We have some sort of native shrub. I'm not going to identify it in my app because we're talking, friends. But look at the seed heads growing on there. So then we're going to come down this little trail. Now, what I love about Derby Hill is that they have really, really great educational signs. They're very simple. There's no electronics. Because why? Because, friends, we're smart. We can read wonderful signs at Derby Hill. We're smart people. We can read a piece of paper. And look, they have these wonderful Audubon images of different birds you'll find. Thing all about wetlands. So Sage Creek Marsh was established in 1985, and you come down this wonderful trail. Look at this beautiful trail. Now I'm seeing, I think I'll have to come through with my plant app another day. There's a couple invasive shrubs, which most of us have, but I know that they've been working really, really hard on getting these out. But look at this baby maple, and look, pollinators have been munching. So we know that this has got some lots of bird activity. So I should probably come back in the spring and check it all out. Look at this wind. Look at this trail. Oh, look at this. Oh, little glimpse of the marsh over there. Look at the baby maples. I love looking at baby maples. Now, in the wintertime, I come down and I'll have my snowshoes and walk the trail. I don't see a lot of trees down, so that's good. So this is like a little sheltered area. Look at the goldenrod. Oh, let's look at the goldenrod, shall we? Look. Oh, beautiful, blowing in the wind. And it is cold out here, friends. I do not have my coat on because this is completely on a whim. Oh, look. There's another friend. Ooh, who is it? This looks like it is New England asters getting spread by the wind. I'm sure there'll be lots of New England asters in here next year. And look at all the bird food here. Just amazing. And look, see? Look at this. Ooh, there's bird food in there too. So always leave when you have, close the loop in your garden. Don't get rid of the dead twigs and everything. I have no idea who this is, but I'm going to find out and I'll put it in the show notes. But they're blooming. Looks like some sort of aster, maybe a sky blue aster. I could be very wrong. Now, anyway, so look at these trees. Oh, so happy to share this with you guys. Even if you're not on the live, but you'll see it, later. on my YouTube channel. I'm just so happy to be able to share this stuff with you guys. We'll definitely have to come down in the spring, and I'll show you this in the spring. Look, 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 look. Oh. Now in the spring, this is all green in the marsh, of course, and usually there's so many ducks and geese in right through there. I usually set up my binoculars to watch them. But this is really cool. Now, the nice thing is that you can come here and see that there's no hunting, no fishing, so you don't have to worry about getting shot at during hunting season, because there's no hunting here. There's no motorized vehicles, no four-wheelers coming through. And just look at the oak trees. Now I see a little bit of garbage, so I'm going to pick that up on my way out. But look at all the habitat. Now some people will go, oh, you got to pick up those sticks. No, no, no. We don't have to pick up those sticks. I mean, yeah, if you're in your garden, you're going to pick them up. But we're going to leave them because in there, that's somebody's house. Somebody's house. Look at all the acorns. Isn't that beautiful? Now, at the farm, I'm always talking about my mother pine tree, right? That is the keystone to all my plants and all the pollinators found at the farm. The old pine tree is laying in the meadow. It's been there for years. It's got moss. There's so many animals around there. And look, Sage Creek Marsh has one too. Now, I'm not going to go over very far because this is slanting and I don't want to fall into the marsh live on YouTube. I mean, yeah, it would be comedic brilliance. However, let's not go there. Look at this. You can just imagine how many people are living in there, in all those oak leaves. Oh, there's got to be so much food for birds. And there's some Virginia creeper. Oh, look at this. Just beautiful. Look at that view. Just stunning. I mean, we're going to have to come back every season and check this out, and I'll share it with you. Now, I'm not sure which grass this is. It could be a beach grass, but I'm going to look it up, and I will put those in the show notes on the native plants I found. There's also some more New England asters. There's some calico asters, it looks like. And there's an oak tree out there. Oh, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So let's go see my favorite little spot. And I'll try not to touch the poison ivy. Oh, more calico asters. Look. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at those little seeds. Oh. I'm excited. Are you excited? So this is the viewing platform. This is so that in the spring and summer and early fall, when there's a lot of migration going, you can hide. It's a blind so that you can actually hide. Now here we are going to move these sticks. We're going to do our part. We're going to move these sticks over into there so that people don't trip. If anybody else comes today, you know, do your part. As somebody who collects sticks and rocks, it's very hard not to take this home. But we're not going to take them home because we're going to practice our closed loop system. Oh, isn't that better? Now you can probably hear me. Now, here we are in the blind. Now, normally you could just stand here in the spring and there would be so many birds out there and they wouldn't be able to see you because you're in the blind. Look, you can almost see. Let's go over here. We can see if we can get this a better shot for you. Let's see. You can almost see Lake Ontario over there. You see those waves, the gray waves? That is Lake Ontario, my friends. And she is whipping around today, dancing up a storm. Get it? Dancing up a storm. So there we are. It is very windy. even here in the blind. Now, over in those woods, I've never walked over there, so I have to find out how to do that. But it's really, really beautiful here. And there's even little, look at this, on these little steps. There's little things so you can get up a little taller. And being somebody who is 4'11", I'm really grateful for that. Anyway, so this is where I am today, playing a little bit of hooky from my duties on the farm. You can see the cedars. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to take a little trip over here. Maybe I will contact my friends at Onondaga Audubon and ask them, hey, can we do a group? Let's do a group tour with one of the naturalists here from Audubon and see who we can find, you know. So let's go. You know, the last time I did one of these walk and talks was at Garden in the Woods in Massachusetts. So if you guys like these, I mean, it's a little windy today. We'll pick a different day when it's not so windy. But look at this. What a view. What a view. Now it's getting cold. I'm much more colder than I was an hour ago or 15 minutes ago. There is Lake Ontario, my friends. Whipping up a storm. Look at those whitecaps out there. Oh. So, now that I'm completely frozen and wishing I'd brought a coat, I hope you enjoyed this little walk next to Lake Ontario in the wind and the cold and seeing some of the native plants here. There's also some winterberry, but I'm not quite seeing it yet. I think I have to go over there, but I'll be back. I think we should do this another time when it's less windy. There will probably be feet of snow, but I wanted to show you this beautiful spot and to encourage you to go outside even if it's windy and cold. Go exploring in your own neighborhood, park, anywhere, and see how things are. See how nature is making her gardens like this with all the plants and all the. See how she leaves the leaves, tucks everybody in for the winter. There's no leaf blowing here. There's bird food here that is going to support birds all winter long. And in these oak leaves, you know, these are all oaks, absolutely beautiful. And you know, just leave things, mimic nature as close as you can. You know, you don't have to move the sticks. You can just, you know, if they're in a walkway, take them, put them over here where they'll hold down the leaves, where the leaves will turn into soil. It's as simple as that, my friends. As simple as that. So, from Lazy Dirt Wildflower Farm on the road, at Derby Hill Bird Sanctuary. I wish you a wonderful day. I wish you lots of adventures, and I will see you soon. I'm actually going to have to go back home and do some work. Well, it doesn't really feel like work when you're playing in your garden, playing in the barn. But I am inspired from Sage Creek Marsh, from all this beauty, to go home and look at my own New England asters that are growing out in the meadow walk, and finding some down limbs and doing what nature does, just tucking them in to hold the leaves down to support more pollinators and to feed more birds, because you can never have enough wildlife habitat. You just can't in your own backyard. Go out and explore, friends. Play hooky for a little bit. If you've gotten anything from this video, I hope that's it. Yes, you have to do things all the time and get things done. You know, you gotta feed the kids and other things like that. But if you can get just, this was only what, 20 minutes, 20-minute walk right along the, right like 5 miles from my house, from the farm. If you can just, and it feels so much more, just feels so much better. And I'm so glad that you came along with me and watched this video and discovered Sage Creek Marsh. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and that November and the upcoming holidays treat you well. Much joy to you, my friends. Much joy.